Hello, everybody. Hello, Lagos. Hello, Nigeria. Hello, world. My name is Damilola Obidairo, and you're on to the 8 Gear Series live. First time we're doing it live online and not in a physical location. Today, I have with me, without much ado, a wonderful beauty and the brain, Tola Oladele. She is a business analyst who has worked with different brands on their strategy creation. She's done business development and she's done data analytics and through her work. She supports people and businesses to make smart decisions, leveraging data to attain growth and success. Tola, you are highly welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Dami. It's a pleasure talking to you and to everyone too.
All right. Okay, so we're talking data and we're talking business. As a business owner, I'm curious. What's my business with data? I'm not a techie person. I'm just on my shop and I'm selling stuff. What's my business with data? Why should I be concerned about data and data analytics?
So first, I would like to even explain what data analytics is. It's a field that actually involves the collection, the processing, the gathering, the cleaning, and the analyzing, the storage and visualization of those bits of information that you collect as regards to your business. It goes beyond your customers to even your business processes, things like your employee management, those kind of things. Every single thing that happens to us actually is
So anything that
information.
can be counted.
Exactly. That exactly. So basically, if I come to work today at 8 o'clock, that's the data you've gotten about me. If I'm your employee, that's the data you've gotten about me. Tomorrow I come by 8:10, that's the data you've gotten about me. So every single thing, every single step you take as regards to your business actually is it's part of data analytics. So here's why you should be very concerned about data analytics for your business. The world has moved into a phase where there are countless vendors for the same product. I want to buy a shoe now, for example, and I go on Instagram. I can see like 20 people selling a shoe. So the thing is that to compete well, you have to have a leverage. And data analytics helps your business by giving you that leverage because we usually think we know the best things about our business, but in truth, we don't actually always know. You can't keep your head on every single thing. And so as you start to get really interested in data science, data management for your business, you start to realize the need to store every single important piece of information that you get about your business. And then you also start to realize that you need to also employ the help of someone, an engineer, a technician, an analyst to actually process that data. So to give you a simple
Mhm.
example, something that we usually know in our head, but we might not really understand very well. Once it's December, some kind of product starts to sell a lot. They might not sell well in January. They might not sell well in April and Easter. They might not sell well in June, but they start to really sell in December. And we know that in a way, and we assume sometimes that okay, maybe it's just Christmas products. But by the time you start to, maybe you're selling shoes and you realize more people actually buying, maybe even in November, maybe not December, maybe your highest month of sale is actually November. You're going to be able to make smarter decision when you're collecting all those information, the pieces of data, and you're actually gathering them into a data set, and then you're analyzing them to make to make the best decision. So basically, I would say for business intelligence, I think that's the biggest reason. The biggest reason you need data science for your business is business intelligence. You make smarter decisions than your competitor, and you have an
Wow.
edge over them.
Wow. What you've just said reminds me of something I just learned recently, especially when it comes to decision making. That humans, we naturally are emotional and then we take decisions based on our emotion, based on how we feel, based on how we just think. I just feel that this business will blow. I just feel,
Yes.
without actually any empirical data to show. And
Yes.
then the book I was reading was actually explaining the difference between, taking decisions with the heart and taking with the head. And,
Yes.
taking with based on emotion and taking with objectivity and with data. And so I hear you loud and clear, based on that context, that okay, data allows you to think with objectivity, with the intellect, being able to make accurate decision, not based on how you feel, on how you,
Yes.
or what your own expectations of what the business will be, but based on data. That's
Yes.
fantastic. So now that I know that it's in data, for me as a business owner, is important, because I need to understand what is going on and to be able to, take smart decisions. How can I actually apply data management to, by the way, how do we pronounce, is it data or data? So that I don't.
So it's just potato, really, because what you decide to call it is what I would say it is.
Okay,
People say
potato,
data, some
potato.
people say data. I say data. Sometimes I find myself saying data. Maybe if I'm taking a course and my lecturer always says data, data. After a while, I'll start saying data, data.
Data. Okay. So how do I apply data management to my business? What are the areas that require, that benefits from data science and data management?
In truth, actually, every single aspect of your business can benefit from data science.
Hmm.
So, one thing that I think I didn't even realize until I got into this field was employee management. I didn't realize data could actually help how you manage your employee, how you make them comfortable, how you. For example, a very good example that I think everybody can relate to. Last year was the rise of remote work because COVID happened and we all had to, start to work at home and everything. And some companies realize that this doesn't even affect the productivity of my staff, and my staff are able to deliver on the same goals that I've had for previous years. Apart from that, it's even cheaper for me to run my own business. And so, in a way, we all had an impromptu A/B test. A/B test is when you don't have as much data on something, and then you're trying to test it and see how it would, how it would flourish. You're trying to gather data for the purpose of learning about that problem, so you can
By
find
doing it.
exactly the best solution for it. So it usually happens in data poor setting. But while it wasn't, an in-depth A/B test, but it was impromptu because we didn't have a choice. We just had to go home and stay at home because of COVID. So back to your question, every single aspect of your business can actually benefit from data science. So as much as to your suppliers, you have a business, you have 5 suppliers, and you're checking the time at which it takes for one of the supply to come. You're checking the price of logistics. You're checking the quality of the supply. You're checking if it's possible that people usually return the product of one particular supplier. Maybe you have a byproduct. Once that person supplies you, people usually return it a lot. Data would help you learn that, okay, last year you bought 100 small products from this person, you processed them, you sold them, and 50 of them were returned back. It's not the same thing that happens with all other suppliers. That could also teach you that, okay, I need to actually probably disengage from this particular supplier. There might be something causing a problem. So data science, primarily, I would say you should focus on things like sales forecasting. So sales forecasting is very good for people who usually, it's good for everybody. But and a good example that I have worked with is for people who produce, who create their own products. They create their own products. They create it as per when customer make their order. You have to at least be able to guess how many order would come in January, in February, in March, in April, so that you can actually prepare for that particular order, and you're not caught away and you don't have as much capacity as you would have loved to. So basically, it's really works great for sales forecasting because you can know how many order you expect per month, and then also know how to prepare for them. It helps with things like your for example, your clients, client satisfaction. That's a really big deal because we might think we know best. We actually usually, I'll say we as humans, we tend to put ourselves on the pedestal too much. Like, I like blue and I just feel blue is the best color for this thing. But is it really the best color? I'm not selling my products for me. I'm not selling them. I'm not ordering them myself. Someone is paying for this product.
Product market fit.
Yes. Someone is paying for them. So, you have to put in those people's emotions and likes too. Like, for example, I've met an entrepreneur who had a list of like 3 products, and he liked one particular one the most. That was his star product. But that wasn't the one that sold the most. That was the one that sold the least. But he really loves that product so much that it was even starting to record as a loss for him.
Wow.
Because he wasn't getting as much order as he would have loved to.
Wow.
But his emotional attachment to that product
Yeah.
was
Sentiments.
exactly. So I think not only should you look at even the aspects to apply it to, you also have to, use it to kind of watch your emotions and put your emotions in check because you might actually be wanting something that might not be best for your business. We don't always know best, and data is usually much more dependable than our own emotions, as it happens to be. So it's actually important that you employ data science and other things. Actually, there's a whole list of 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 things. Every single thing your business does, you definitely, even as regards your finances, as regards accounting, as regards your sponsors, partnerships, those things all.
And you use data to select partners too again.
Yes, you can. It could help you.
So my next question will now be, so is this not stressful? Why don't I just use A/B testing on every decision I need to make? I wing it. Then
Maybe
then I only use data for things that I know that okay, the risk of this one is high. Then let me spend some time, doing some data analytics around it so that I can understand and I'm making a very objective decision. But if this one is a small decision, even if I lose, can I just gamble other decisions?
exactly. I think, like you said, you have to come up. You have to look at your own business, your particular business, and kind of list out what is most important to you. List out what is most important to you. Then list out the challenges you are having the most. Where this part of the business is where I'm having challenge the most. Maybe customer retention. That could be my biggest issue. It might be client satisfaction. It might be in my production. The production of products is my biggest challenge. So you have to make a list of all the things that are important to your business, and then kind of make an hierarchical order list of the ones that might be giving you challenge the most. Except you're a big corporation like Amazon, I doubt you can be able to actually use data in every single area of your business because one is expensive. In all truths, it's actually expensive. By the time you start to even get like ShopRite, for example, look at ShopRite. ShopRite has hundreds of thousands of brands, hundreds of products, and each you have to decide which kind of milk you're going to see. Is it peak milk? Is it Dano? Is it all the lists? That's just milk, or just all the list of the products.
Yeah, give free promotion, but go on, go
so so all the list of products, brands that they would have. They, for
on.
example, collect data at a really large quantity, and it might not be feasible for them to actually work on. It might actually not be feasible for them to actually work on analyzing every piece of that data. It might be expensive. They might need to outsource the most of it to another brand because there are brands that actually help you manage your data set. So you have to make a list of what's important to you, financially, customer retention. Look at your business and look at the challenges that you're having. And most likely, because I've realized that a lot of us don't actually collect data. A lot of people don't collect data, and data is power. I don't know how to say it. I think when I started learning data science, I realized that, oh my god, I'm giving these brands a huge power over me because they know where I live. They know the kind of things I like to buy. They know the color that I bought it. They know how often I buy it. They know every single thing about you. Not every single thing, but they know a lot of things about you that even you don't realize those things. You don't think about them. So you having data about your your sales process, your marketing process is actually very, 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 very important. It's important, and it's something that you should first of all start to think of how to collect, and then how to store. How to think about
Okay.
how to store. There's also a part that people usually miss a lot, but it's very important to how to secure the data. And that's
Okay.
when you hear lawsuits against Google, and you hear people saying, "Oh, someone leaked this particular data." You have to secure people's data too. You have to follow the
Mm.
due process, because it's power. It's power you have over people. So
Data is power that you have over people, and you can influence people with the data that you have over their lives. So there's a responsibility that
yes,
comes from being, the custodian of data sets about people.
yes,
I
yes.
get that clearly. There's a question from one of our listeners who is saying, "Hi Tola, do I need a data scientist for all of this, or can I do it for myself?"
Mm.
Ah,
So,
I'm
so
looking for the easiest way.
So I'm guessing this is an entrepreneur who has a business, and is actually thinking as regards his business. So you have to, I would say you have to strategize. You have to think about the the value of analyzing data to your business, and then your capacity financially. How are you able to actually, um, how much are you able to afford for the data science solution? Because I understand that once you're starting out your business, you might not even be able to employ someone. You probably might be the the CEO, the production team, the customer service team. It's just you. In that case, the best thing I think I can advise for you as a starter is to actually, first of all, collect data. Even if you don't even use it yet, collect data. How much did you sell the first month of your sale? You know, yeah, of your business. Sorry, how much did you sell? How much profit did you make? Did you actually even make profits? What's the profit margin? So first of all, collect data. First of all, I think you should even educate yourself. Start with educating yourself, because people don't know these things. You need to take a course that would open your eyes to the possibility of data science. And once you take that course, you're going to have, you're going to be able to see how it best benefits you and what area to apply it to the most. So take a course, learn, educate yourself. And then once you do that, you have to prioritize too. You have to prioritize as regards to thinking of the solution that will best work for you if you're going to collect that data yourself. I won't say it's possible for you to learn the whole of data science and at the same time do a different business, like a business that is really related to something else. You won't be able to balance both well. You just have to keep one, floating until you can get solution for the other. But if you can afford to employ someone that can actually analyze your data, yes, please do. As you get bigger, you'd realize you need more hands. You'd need someone that is collecting data. You need someone that is in charge of storing data. You need someone that is in charge of retrieving data. You need someone that is in charge of securing the data. At the point, it's not going to be someone you need. You need a team as regards those things. You grow to be as big as Shoprite,
And you can
Amazon.
outsource. You can
Exactly. You can
outsource.
also outsource that. Exactly. So, but to start with, first of all, you need it. Once you know you need it, learn about it, understand it, and then start to collect data. It's very important. Even if it's your own way of just looking at simple things, you're able to at least make some simple decisions from your data set.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you mentioned data strategy. So how would you advise a business owner to go about building a strategy? Okay, so how do you build the strategy before you begin to implement the strategy? And a good quickly to add to what you were saying earlier, apart from, so if um you can afford the length of time to learn the ropes, you can afford to get, you can always outsource to get partners, by the way. So okay, what's the importance of data strategy, and how do you do data strategy before execution? Is there another big grammar, or is there anything peculiar?
Okay, so
Um,
uh, I've actually mentioned a lot about it already, even though I didn't call it data strategy. So like you said, it does a lot as regards this business analytics. I think it's good that you're even having this conversation, because you're able to start a conversation with each year. Okay, this is my challenge. How do I get up? And I think that should be possible. A way for you to even ask questions for that. And we can put you in, at least in a direction. This is what you can do. This is what you should take. This is what we advise you do at this stage of your business. So take advantage of that. So as regards business strategy, it's very similar to, as regards data strategy, it's very similar to business strategies. It's a set of decisions that you make, basically. So, and I've mentioned the key parts. When I told you to make a list of when I told you to make the list of areas that affect your business the most, the list of areas that are important to you, that was actually part of data strategy. That's you. Okay, what is my challenge? Asking yourself smart questions, and then now looking. You doing a strategy is you're asking smart questions, and then you're looking for a way to actually solve those questions. Then you're having also a way to come back to those. You're looking for a way to also come back to those conversations. You're looking for a way to come back to those questions that you've asked yourself, and to actually answer them with solutions, and then to check if the process that you're actually using works. So basically, sorry about the noise. So
no trouble. Go on.
Basically, yeah. So basically, you have to first of all ask yourself questions, and once you've asked yourself questions, you have to also answer those questions. So questions that you have to ask yourself are, for example, what am I making profit? Am I making loss? What's actually hindering my profit? What's hindering my loss? How have I been relating to my customers? How satisfied are the people that I've been talking to? That's something we miss a lot, that some businesses don't actually play with. My clients that bought from me, are they really happy? If they were rating me, for example, you sometimes buy things and they ask you to rate us. How was the service with us? That's them trying to collect data and to see if they have a generally high rating, or if they have a generally low rating, which will actually help them in the decisions that they actually make. So for strategizing, ask yourself questions first. Once you've asked yourself questions, you have to now come up with a list of decisions to make. Like, okay, now I'm deciding to start to collect data. This is 2021 March, and from this particular month, I'm going to take. Once I make a sale, who did I sell to? Where was the person? What was the location of the person? Did the person buy one product, buy two products? Were they happy? Did we have any issue? Did we have any challenge? Was there conversation conflict? How did we resolve it? At the end, were they happy? Did they even post online? Did they post us? Did they share our details? Did they refer someone to us? All those things. Go ahead and even ask questions that after you're done. Some brands will ask you after you've bought product, how was the product? Did you like it? Did you want it? Was it as you expected it to be? And then you could voice your complaints then and say, okay, no, it wasn't so good. It didn't look like I wanted it to look like, which is something for you to work on. You realize how they feel, and you see, okay, from now I actually have to work on the appearance. Maybe it's just photography that I need to work on. Maybe I can try out photography for a while and see how, if maybe I buy what I got versus what I ordered versus what I got. Exactly. So maybe I ordered something else and I got something else. Okay, we need to work on photography, nice. And the likes, which would improve the outcome of your sales. So ask yourself questions, make decisions, and then I would advise you get a strategy partner, someone that understands data, someone that understands the importance of data for your business, someone that can actually help you build a strategy book itself. Because once you now have those decisions that you decide, those things you decide to do, you have to monitor them. You have to monitor them. Like, was this effective? Did this work? Even big brands like Shop, I'm sure they, in a way too, they actually do a lot of analytics for products that they have. Like if they want to introduce a new range of products, they need to check You need to check and and be sure that okay, these people would accept this product more in this area. That happens. They don't sell the same thing everywhere. Do you know that?
Of course.
That's something that people don't know. What they sell in the north and what they sell in the southwest and what they sell in the southeast is very different because
The market is different.
exactly. And they've come to understand that. So there will be some products that they would bring out new products. They'll focus on one area and probably will be quiet in some other area, based on what they've seen before. So those
All
kind
right.
of things are decisions that were made from actually properly analyzing your data set.
Okay.
I hope I'm able to answer.
We're going to go on a half-minute break.
Okay.
Okay, and I have questions around what's the difference between market research and data gathering and data analysis, and what is the similarities. So
Okay.
once we come back, just an half-minute break, we'll get to you. We'll get to that question. And a question. All right. Thank you for the first couple of questions. So we won't take so much more of your time. Just some rounding up, some questions to round up. So what's the similarity? Let me help out between data market research. When I say I want to start I want to start this product, I want to go and do market research, and data gathering, and then the data analytics. After, is there any difference, or what is the? Is there a similarity? Are we saying the same thing?
Okay. So I would say that market research would be in a way related to data gathering, but in a way, like I said, not completely. And let me explain fully. So um you gathering data is actually broad. Data science goes to even things as regards climate change. They're gathering data of how
Mm.
much rain did it rain this year, how much rain did it rain last year, how much rain was in January. I don't know if you noticed the Amatan of this year came like in February. Normally we're starting it in
And then,
December last
and the rain has started in March.
and the rain started in March. These
And the
are
rain has
changed.
started in March.
Exactly. So this is data. This is people are gathering that data and like, okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening.
Where are
Last
people
year
gathering that data? In Nigeria?
I
I'm
don't
seeing you there. Where
I,
are people gathering that data?
I want to believe that the majority are not in Nigeria, but then I know there are people in Nigeria also gathering that data. I know they are actually. A lot of them are academic institutions, schools,
Institutions.
tertiary institutions, and probably some research organizations too. That are very concerned as regards to what's happening with the climate. So they are gathering data, and since we are currently having the issue of climate change and we're trying to reverse a lot of things we've messed up as humans. I believe that there are organizations gathering that. I know I had a case study when I was studying, and it wasn't a Nigerian based organization. It was based in Europe, and they gather data as regards to everything, the temperature, the rainfall, and every single thing. And they could tell that okay, there's a gradual increase. There's a gradual increase of temperature per year in this particular area. It's affecting this area the most. This area still remains the same. This area is getting colder. This area is getting hotter, and that's how big data science is. Market research, is more fine-tuned to your business. It's more fine-tuned to you trying to even sometimes launch a product, gathering information about target markets, basically. So it's in a way related to it. I would say it's the same thing. I don't agree with that. It could be part of it in a way. It's a form of data gathering. but it's not. It doesn't cover everything data gathering covers, because you get data from all sorts of places, all sorts of mediums. That's what we
This
get
is
it.
this is a good place to ask if there are related fields to data science. What what other relevant fields should we be aware of when we're talking about data science?
Okay, so advanced from data science is machine learning, and artificial intelligence, and those things are. I think you have to get into data science and then start to see. Okay, this is the machine learning part of it, or there are a lot of fields in even within data science itself, because let's say, for example, you're an employee and you want to actually take on a data science role. As you, depending on the kind of organization you're working with, if you're working with a big organization who collects a lot of data, who actually have a large data set, you're going to have to be more specific as to what you want to be. Do you want to be a data engineer? Do you want to work with just visualizing the data? Visualizing the data is okay. We've collected the data, we've analyzed it, we've cleaned it, we've done all the
How do
work.
you
This is
present it?
how this is presenting it. This is how it looks. This is what's going to do for you. This is the result. This is the result. This is how to make this is how to this is the let's say the intelligence part of it. This is what this particular data set will guide you to decide on. Will guide your this is how it will guide your decisions. This is how it looks. This is what it's telling you. So there is a really large field even within data science itself. Business analytics, data science. There are data scientists who are core data scientists. There are data engineers who work with a lot of codes, and they actually usually they go into even big data. They work with big data and go into really large data sets, and try to make a lot of sense out of it. There's machine learning too, where you actually build models that become
Hmm.
intelligent and start to even work on their own. That way, you're able
Like
to.
the matrix.
Exactly. It's I think the part of data analysis that the part of data analysis that actually even talks that tends towards machine learning is the predictive data analytics side, where you have some kind of data, for example, that is to describe the situation. Like, okay, what's the current state of things? What's currently happening? Like, how are we doing currently? What is happening? What's happening now? What's in the now? you know there's the one that is also predicting in the sense that, okay, based on trends, things that we've seen, what's going to happen
Based on
tomorrow,
historical
what's going to
data.
happen exactly, what's going to happen in the future, what should we expect, if we do this, what would happen, if we do that, what will happen. I'm a business owner, and I want to buy a product. They have red color of the product, they have blue color of the product. Which one will sell more? Which one should I buy equal amount? Should I buy more of one amount? Should I buy less of
Hmm.
the amount? What what decision should I make as the entrepreneur? You know, that's when you're trying to predict. You're trying to tell what will happen in the future. And that in that case, you have to build models, intelligent models that would actually help you. You could even try to A/B test with it. That's where A/B test comes in a little bit. You could try to A/B test with it in case you don't have enough data set for it. But if you have data set for it based on previous products, you could be able to also make better decision. With data science, and predict what will happen in the future, which particular product will sell the most.
Beautiful. I want to wrap things up, and I want to ask on behalf of a business owner who is watching this live or who will see this
Yes.
video much
Yes.
later. And so I've heard everything you said. I understand the importance of data, and I really want to have a data strategy. I want to collect, I want to analyze, I want to draw out insights from data and apply it into my business, and I want to see it yield. However, where should I start from? Really, just break. I recall I'm not the the big. I'm not the big time business. I'm a small, medium scale business. I'm a startup. I want to get I want to use data to. Where do I start from? What do I do? how can I start? What are the things that I should start from? I know you've mentioned, but I just want you to say it to recap. I know you talked about start with collecting and so on, but can we just give us a recap as a final, as one of the
Okay.
final words?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first of all, you've started. You listened to this, so you've somehow started already. Because now you are.
Should you start your business? Sorry to cut you. Should you start your business before considering this, or should you um do some form of data analysis before you start your business? By the way.
Best way, most intelligent way, data analytics first. You actually have to have intelligent knowledge first. That's important. But you most likely might have started something without doing that. So the best other time, apart from yesterday, is now.
It's now.
So if you didn't do it yesterday, you have to do it now. So now is the best time. Now that you know, you have to start it. If you are at the level where you're still considering, good for you. You have the luxury of time. Start now. And I'm saying this because there are a lot of people that will start a product and will be like, this product is very good. It will sell. I'm so sure it will sell. It's very good. I like this product. I feel good about it. People will buy it. If I make this, people will buy it. I make it cheap, people will buy it. And then you make it cheap, and people don't buy it. So he assumed, he got emotional about it, and he didn't really use the data as it turned out to be. Reality came to be, people didn't actually buy it. And so the best time is before you start your business. But just in case you've missed on that time, the other best time is right now, this very moment. And thankfully you started because you're listening to this. So this is like a clarion call. Take data analytics serious, take data science serious, and really, really, really start to think about it for your business. The steps I would list, I think I would make it. I'd just list a step. First of all, get education. Know it. Don't just go and employ a data scientist. What are you employing them for? What are you employing a data analyst for? What are you employing a data engineer for? First of all, get knowledge. Get get knowledge. Get to educate yourself.
Hello, Tola, can you hear me? Okay, so I think I'm having some audio issues at my end, but please go on. Okay. Um, Tola, can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, there may be something wrong with your audio because we can barely hear you here. Can you help us check your audio? I made some noise, but it's not back yet.
Is he any better?
Yes, fantastic. Thanks.
All right. I think you're muted. I could
I
see you word fantastic, but I didn't hear you.
Okay, okay. I'm unmuted now. I'm unmuted now, so please just go on.
Okay, okay. So I can go on. All
Yes.
right. Okay. So once you what was I? Once you've actually thought about your data and you've come up with a strategy, you have to work with a team. Certainly, if you don't have a team yet, work with a team that outsource your data management to a team that would actually help you create strategy and create solutions. And then they could also help you further by also collecting the data for you, analyzing the data for you, and actually visualizing the data for you. And in that way, you're able to make intelligent decisions, and you're able to gain a competitive advantage over your peer, which I think is very needed now, because now that we have the same brand selling multiple products, it's a big competitive advantage that your business, your customers, your competitors, your market. It's
All right.
very important.
All right. Thank you so
Sorry,
much for
I
the.
can't hear.
Oh, but I can hear you clearly. You've done a very fantastic job breaking this down. Um, I will close up this conversation. Okay, for you on here. All right. So thank you very much, Tola, for the time. Once again, just to introduce Tola to us, she's a business analyst, and which was glad to have her on this evening's conversation. In case you're just joining in or you're just watching this offline, this is the GearUp series, and it's going to show on. It's going to go on regularly on this same channels. So please keep follow us on Gear, both on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere at 8Gear. At our next conversation, we'll let you know. So Tola, thank you very much for being a part of this, and I will look forward to having you next time. Thank you so much, Tola.
Thank you, too,
Uh,
sir.
welcome. All right, so it's a wrap, guys. We've had a fantastic one with Tola. Subsequently, we're going to have further conversations around blockchain, around around growth engineering, and once in a while, we're going to showcase some fantastic startups, some fantastic small businesses, and one of these days we'll differentiate between the two because a lot of people still confuse them together. So we look forward to having you constantly here. When you see us live, please do click to get yourself reminded of when we will go live. And as we proceed, we'll let you know the frequency. So we decided to do it randomly for now, but in the next couple of 1 month, we're gathering data, just as we discussed today, we're gathering data around. Also, your feedback is very, very important to us. So even if you're seeing this video offline, please drop your feedback. Let us know what you think about the conversations. Let us know what you think about the kind of discussions the topics you want to be discussed. The frequency you like to have this. Do you prefer it on a weekday? Do you prefer it on a weekend? Do you prefer it in the morning while at work, or do you want it after work in the evening? Please just share and let us know what you think about this. So thank you very much. It's been wonderful being your host. My name is Damilola. I'm the lead partnerships and strategy at 8Gear Partners Limited, your enterprise support, your tech-driven enterprise support provider here in Lagos, Nigeria. All right, till I get to see you again, is adios from here. Thank you.